it's Karen and welcome to another Thursday Throwback Thursday, whichever way I've got it written. Anyway, welcome. This is the card we're making today and it's done in Mango Melody, one of our new colours in our redone colour scheme. It's in the Brights collection, I do believe. Okay, without any further ado, we're going to start on the card. As you can see, the inside's decorated, the outside's decorated, and we're using the Petal palette bundle that was available during celebrations. It is still available in our catalogue. We're going to be using the small floral Thinlit and the outline framelit. All of the measurements and sizes can be found on my blog. It's a very simple card to make. You'll need some dimensionals, the Petal and More, Thinlits dies, and the stamp set. Okay, to start off with, we are going to bring in just a scrap of paper and our Mango Melody ink pad. Still got to remember how to open these because I'm so used to the old ones. I'm going to bring in a scrap of paper so that I don't get my background pad all messed up. Okay, now I've got to try and centre this so that we don't have any overhanging bits, so that it'll die cut nicely. And there we go, that's that piece done. Now we're going to do a trick that you've seen me do a few times before. With this piece, we're going to actually cut our little piece out of the middle because that will be hidden under our top piece. So I'm going to bring in my washi tape framed piece and pop that over and make all the edges even, and that will be ready to go through the big shot in a minute. And I put the washi tape on because if you remember, I actually flip these upside down so the rollers actually go over the top of the cutting blade on the Thinlits and on the framelits, so it'll go through like that. It just means it cuts out a lot better. Now, while I've got my ink pad out, I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Majig and I'm going to use it to stamp my sentiment with. And the sentiment I'm using today is "Life is so much better with you in it." It's a beautiful sentiment. So I'm just going to stamp that about the middle, but off to the right hand side of our sheet of paper. There we go, absolutely lovely. It's not exactly straight, but that's what you get when I've got to keep this in frame. Okay, so we're going to pop that over there, bring in our card base, and on the back, as usual, my created by, and I will sign that now so that I don't forget. Flip this over and we're going to bring in our "Thank you for everything," which will go on the inside. Now on this one I popped it down the bottom. I'm going to do exactly the same with this. So back in with our Stampin' Majig. What did I do with the piece? There we go. Okay, so "Thank you" will go just about there. Straight down, straight back up, beautiful placement. And then for everything, just off to the side slightly. Okay, and I'm going to put the flowers that we're using on the front on the inside as well, but I'm going to stamp off first and then stamp on there, stamp off, and then stamp on, just so that we've got a little bit of floral decoration on the inside. And that is it for the stamping. We will be using the stamp pad again in a moment though. I'm just going to make sure that's all tickety-boo. Okay, that's right to go. Move the pad to the side, and I will be back in a moment. I'm just going to cut these out. Okay, our pieces have been cut. We can discard that piece and pop our floral image out, and then that one's over there, and we'll just pop this out of the middle, and I'm just going to bring in my craft knife. You can use your piercing tool or whatever, or your brush and that, just to pop these pieces out. Okay, now I'm going to bring in my top piece, and I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Majig positioner, because I'm going to be inking, and I find I get a smoother blending if I come in from the side like so. I'm using a blending tool, but if you've got some of our sponges, they will work just as well. I even found, I don't have any in here with me at the moment in my craft room, but if you have any of those shopping bags that have the plastic piece underneath to hold everything, you know, in those fabric bags that you get from Aldi, Safeways, Coles, wherever, and they've all got those little plastic pieces in the bottom, use them as a blending mat. When the bag gets old and it's ready to be thrown out, keep the plastic, even if it's cracked in half, rip it in half and just save a little piece to do your blending with. Now bring in my card again. Now I need to figure out where I want to place the mat. So I know, I'll just move that to the side for a moment. I know I want my mat to go about there. So splodge there, and a splodge just up the top there. Now I know I can see it, and then come in from the outer side, from the inside, come out and blend it like that, because you don't, the darker piece will be hidden behind your panel, and that way you can just do your smooshing like that. It'll look a mess in the middle, but who's going to see it? Okay, that can go away, because we've now finished completely with the pad, with the ink pad. Bring our top piece in and pop that on the matting, and this has got an 1/8 of an inch mat all the way around. Now I'm going to flip that over, and I'm going to put dimensionals on the back. I want to use a few dimensionals because this is a fairly decent sized panel, but those 3 pieces in the middle I don't bother taking the backing off, because there's no need. It will be here adhered well enough with just those pieces. Okay, so bring our panel back in. Our card base back in. That's there. Now with this I'm just going to use a little bit of liquid glue, just dabbing a little bit here and there, which will just be enough to hold it onto the front panel. So I'm going to pop that there, and I'm going to pop a block on top just to hold it in place. With this piece, a few more dimensionals. I just need 3 on this top piece. like so. Take the tops off, and then just place this over the top like so. And with this little piece here, okay, sorry, I'm just looking for my basic jewels. They are here on the table, but they're under everything else. And I'm just going to pop a couple of these little fellas, whoops, into the centre of these die cut flowers at the top here. There we go, just to add a little bit of bling. Now I didn't do that with the other one. Okay, and our card is finished. I think this is the quickest card I've done in a long time. There's the one we started off with, and the one that I've just completed online on here with you. As you can see, the inside looks lovely too, and it's even got my signature on the back. Okay, if you like this card and you'd like to see more, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will be back again on Sunday with another Flips and Folds. I'll be back next Thursday with another Throwback Thursday. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but we'll be doing something. If you want a preview of Sunday's Flips and Folds, whee, did you see that? And again. Okay, that's it from me. I'll see you later. Bye bye.